가인 내
동전한 입조차 쉽고 일 없어 잠 못 들던 그때보다 조금은 일었어 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어 넘어질 때마다 일었어 다시 고쳤었지 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝 난가 같았지만 우리 앞길을 막지만 하고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지 비극 기가 아프지만 지나고 보면 웃음 나오는 희극 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아
이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶은 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 헤이아오 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 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 이 시계 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, when we oh, say
You can taste the excitement here at the sold-out arena in Portland. We'll see the Golden State Warriors taking on Portland. Welcome to the NBA for this Friday afternoon broadcast. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Barnes in at the small forward.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in, Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And, Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Curry can't get it to go.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Now here's Harkless, covered by Barnes. Here's Aminu. No good. Great D that time from Green. Portland on defense. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That is his first foul of the game. Warriors on D. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Here's Green. And again, it's the Warriors missing. On defense, Golden State. Lillard with it, picked up by Thompson. Lillard misses. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level, was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was the head of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Shoots the three. It's deflected. Feeds to Lillard. Finished off the break. Lillard's got 6 points.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Warriors trail by 6.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
And here's McCollum after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And the basket by McCollum.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Curry with a wide-open look. Again, Curry missing.
And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Harden. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had, leading his team to 67 wins last year.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates is checked in.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Stolen by Thompson. Three-pointer. Again, Curry missing. Trailblazers leading by 4. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Aminu. That's 10 points for Damian Lillard. On the wing, Thompson. There's 1:54 left to play in the first. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Davis is checked in for Portland. Allen Crabbe comes in for Harkless. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. A different look now for Portland. Myers Leonard comes in for Mason Plumlee. And it's Henderson for McCollum. Then for the Warriors, Bazili's checked in for Green. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Warriors trail by 6.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And that one's good by Henderson.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball moving out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Here is Livingston. And the shot is long.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And stolen by Lillard. And they go to the intentional foul.
And guys, what I like about Damian Lillard, very decisive with the ball in his hands, always in attack mode. He keeps it hopping, and he has a killer instinct in the clutch.
And for Lillard, he keeps the ball moving, as Greg was talking about. And Clark, he keeps his teammates involved.
Very proficient in the pick and roll, understands the nuances of looking at weak side defenders and getting to the free throw lane for the roll man. He knows all the tricks to make that pick and roll really successful.
The Trailblazers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined, and that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Here is Livingston, looking for his first basket still in this one. And Davis pulls it down. Trailblazers leading by 8, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
He misses the free throw.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
And he sinks the second.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are concerned, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Lillard. He's got 10. Henderson kicks to Davis. A floater. Henderson, no good.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
And that does it for the first quarter. To hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his story.
I was taught to, never let.
Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
We've got Allen Crabbe. Vonleh's out there with Davis. Then it's Henderson, and it's McCollum in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Harkless is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Golden State also making a change. Barnes is checked in.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
No good on the free throw. A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, That's his game.
Plumlee is checked in for Portland. McCollum dishes to Cram. From past the arc. And Curry pulls it down.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Goes back up. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
The first one falls.
I tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
And that one's good. Vonleh's got his first 2 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Curry with the 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up, and oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Steph Curry.
And guys, C.J. McCollum is a scoring-minded combo guard out of Lehigh. Was taken with the 10th pick back in 2013 and still looking to make a big impact in the NBA.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Now McCollum has struggled with injury. He's broken a bone in each of the last 3 seasons dating back to college at Lehigh.
Yeah, and if he can stay healthy, I think he's got a bright future. He had a broken finger last season, and he broke his foot twice in the season prior, Kevin, just to embellish the injury situation. But he's got some ability.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Here's Barnes, and that one is stuffed right through.
I tell you what, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Warriors trail by 7. Here's Clark. The drive by Green, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Here's Green off the inbound. That doesn't go either for Green.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. McCollum deflected by Green. From deep. Oh, my. How did he hit that shot?
I don't believe what I just saw right there.
To the paint. Here's Vonleh. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Vonleh's got 4 this quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon. And for Noah Vonleh, last season came in as a heralded freshman out of Indiana. Some people thought he might crack the top 5 in the draft, but after some shaky late workouts, he fell all the way to 9.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Ellen Trent. Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. It's Iguodala with the drive. Got a hand on it. And that's an intentional foul. Portland may have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. Thompson from long range. But they get it back. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Ed Davis is checked in for the Trailblazers. Henderson comes in for C.J. McCollum. The Warriors also with a sub. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Draymond Green. And it's Iguodala missing, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Here's Speights. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Iguodala, that's a two-pointer, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Iguodala knows just how deadly his teammates can be from outside, and he looks for them to get their shot before getting his own. I think this situation for him in Golden State's perfect for his skill set.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Maurice Speights. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. You look at the metrics for it, Clark, and Iguodala is onto something. He just knows to look for the best team shots.
Yeah, he's got a really good basketball IQ, and I think it's his selflessness that allows him to tap into that, especially at the offensive end. Rarely forces situations offensively.
Portland was just fantastic at home last season. We expect that, though, of this team, Greg. 32-9. It was packed each game.
And Kevin, of that 32-win mark, how about that was the 4th best in the entire league? You don't win your division without winning at home, and Portland definitely took care of business.
Jumps up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Oh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. Well, I tell you what, it seems as though Portland is always good at home. It was 2007 when they last had a losing record in this building. Even when they're down overall, they're always tough at home.
And Davis taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And unfortunately, guys, for Portland, they didn't have home court advantage in the playoffs. As great as they were at home all year, it could have made a big difference for them in the postseason.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Thompson. And both free throws good for Davis.
Tell you what, man, it looks as though the light has officially gone on for Ed Davis. I mean, he drifted around a bit over his first 5 seasons, but he made real strides last year.
The Warriors have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far. Going back to Ed Davis, his rebounds and field goal percentage were way up last year. He's finally developed the strength to anchor inside, and, Greg, the skill set to convert scoring opportunities as well.
And Kevin, you can see his confidence growing. He just needs to keep at it to reach his full potential.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Some changes for Golden State. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Festus Ezeli, and it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Trailblazers leading by 10. Lillard with it, picked up by Thompson. Lillard the pass to Davis. Can't hit, so Golden State will take it the other way. Here's Varejao. Anderson pulls it in.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And he has been really good here at the free throw line in the first half.
What I like is he's done a great job of getting to the line, setting himself up for those free shots. Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Plumlee's checked in.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Now, here's Aminu. He's tightly guarded. There's the triple. Plumlee, no luck.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Trailblazers leading by 6.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will. Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
That's his first personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for Portland.
The throw good. Damian Lillard.
At the line for 2.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Varejao with it. Shoots from 12. Can't get it to go.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And he can't hit the second. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Yes, Kevin, here with Stephen.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, leading the way at the start. Damian Lillard. He had 11 points, 3 assists, and that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to
the second half just about to get going here.
Lillard having a good one. He has 11 points and 2 steals as well. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist and also making some nice steals.
You know what, Clark, you're right on the money with that. He's been just as creative as he has been disruptive.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Livingston is out there with Curry. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot manning the middle. McCollum kicks to Harkless. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Warriors trail by 9. Harkless with the steal. Over to the wing. A 3 from McCollum, and he gets it to go. McCollum's got 9.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Livingston dishes to Curry. This one for 3. Here's Green. It's deflected. They retain possession.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his 4th assist in this one.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
You know, guys, Al-Farouq Aminu, so highly regarded coming out of college, still really finding his way around the NBA, but this last season with Dallas, he may have found his niche in this league.
That's a great point, Kevin. A guy who can give you a lot of things, rebounding, defense, hustle points, but he's already played on a number of teams in his young career because he's still trying to, as you put it, find that niche. Maybe he's finally developed who he is.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Yeah, and on the topic of Aminu, he's a bit of a tweener. Doesn't have quite the quickness and ball handling skills the top small forwards have. Doesn't have the bulk or grit to match up against the better power forwards. He's a hard fit for what you want to have done at that position.
And the Warriors with some changes. Rush comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Warriors trail by 15.
And guys, getting back to Aminu, he still has the tools to be a really good player, but like so many young guys, he has to focus. He has to bring the intensity 100% every game. And I could see him being one of those late bloomers, if you will. That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And the shot is good. And that's 13 points for Steph Curry.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Pulls it from the elbow. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 11 points for C.J. McCollum. And the whistle blows in the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
You know, with that one, he's getting up there in turnovers. I mean, 4 in all now. He's got to be better with the ball to get his team back into it.
Noah Vonleh, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Warriors with the rebound. Rush has got 4 rebounds now tonight. 13 feet away. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Rush. And that's 15 points for Steph Curry. Trailblazers leading by 12. Lillard outside. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Numbers at the line for him in this one, 4 of 7.
Not sure where it's gone, but he's lost his confidence at the foul line.
And that's been a huge problem. I mean, giving away points at the stripe, never a good thing. You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the basket good.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot. And with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Now here's Thompson. He's guarded by McCollum. Thompson misses. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Lillard from outside, and another 3 from Portland.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Curry. But they get it back. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his third rebound tonight.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Curry with it. Lillard picks him up. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And the wide open shot from Green. Shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Damian Lillard, guys, much improved defensively. He went from a liability at that end of the floor to now being one of the better defensive point guards in the league.
And Portland making a change here. Crabs checked in, and then for Golden State. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Barnes. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. And Ian Clark subbed in for Curry. And for Lillard, improving defensively, really a focus for him. He heard the criticism. He's taken action.
He's so good running pick and roll. A big focus was defending that play. Learning to fight through screens, lock and trail. That makes a big difference. Sometimes it's just technique because we know these guys are world-class athletes.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Davis is checked in for Noah Vonleh. And it's Henderson for Harkless. The Blazers on offense. They're on a 20-7 run. And they go to the intentional foul. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Portland.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Golden State. And the second free throw, good. Here's Clark. 1:21 left in the third quarter. Here's Ezeli. Another shot. And it's Iguodala missing.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Portland. Then for the Warriors, Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Ian Clark. Shot clock at 6. Crab dishes to Aminu. And the rejection by Iguodala. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Livingston. Drills the elbow jumper.
Kids, ready? All right, let's go.
30 seconds left to play in the third. Trailblazers leading by 18. And here's McCollum for 3. The rebound by Ezeli. The Warriors shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. From about 19 feet, Portland grabs the miss.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor, poor choice there.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Here's Curry. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help. Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Now, here's Lillard. Harkless is out there with Aminu. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Allen Crabb. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Bogut. Warriors trail by 18. Here's Livingston. No good from outside. The Blazers on offense. Lillard from outside. They grab their own miss. Plumlee. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Andrew Bogut.
At the line for your Trailblazers.
And that one misses. Mason Plumlee will really put it on you. Tough, hard-nosed player. Has the size to bang and the athleticism, GA, to run the court.
And it's interesting, Kevin. His game translated better as a professional than maybe as a collegiate. I mean, he's a guy that's a lunch pail kind of player. Rolls up his sleeves, focuses in, and willing to do the dirty work.
Excellent point about the comparison college to pro. I think you're right on.
First personal foul.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. And Lillard kicks to Aminu. They double him with Green. To the left side wing. Here's Harkless. Nice shot from the wing. Harkless has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Trailblazers.
And, you know, back to Plumlee, he showed steady improvement last season, improved statistically in just about every category over his rookie year. If he could become a little less mechanical with his postgame, I think he could even go higher.
You know, one thing about Plumlee, going back, he's been a tremendous rebounder. He can shoot over 60% from the field for you. However, he was a terrible free throw shooter last season, under 50%, which caused at least a couple teams to employ a little hack-a-Mason strategy.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Thompson against Lillard. No good. Good D by Thompson.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Curry, and another basket for Golden State.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
And it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Curry outside. Plumlee with the rebound.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 25 points for Steph Curry.
They're down right now, trying to stay in the game with the 3-ball. They shot a lot more here in the second half than they did in the first half. And I'm not sure I agree with that strategy.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws come. up, and they'll retain possession. And he can't get the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
Thompson is double. Pass to Green. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
It's stolen by Bogut. The drive by Green gets it down to single digits. Green's got 4 points this quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
McCollum's checked in for Alan Crabb. The Warriors also with a sub. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Barnes.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
Green, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now just a 2-point Trailblazer lead.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Iguodala. Here's Thompson. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. Quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
And thank you for that. Doris, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And the technical free throw is good.
A free point there on the technical, and one they needed in this kind of a close game.
Here's Roberts. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Yeah, that's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
No one covering. And that's 15 points for Klay Thompson.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Here's Harkless. The Warriors pull it in. Outside Curry. No good on the triple. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They trail by 1. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Game could be on the line right here.
It's basically now or never for them.
A tough position. And so here is Golden State. Thompson for the triple. It falls! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Shot from the wing. Second chance shot. Here's Aminu. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
So he can't get either to fall. Second shot opportunity. Can't cash in.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now a timeout called by Golden State. The score is tied at 69. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And Portland starts out with the ball. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Harkless is out there with Davis. Then it's Plumlee. The Warriors shooting poorly, just 35% so far. And Curry, here we go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Ed Davis. That's good from Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry hits them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
With the shot. Here's Davis. Here's Harkless. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. And he commits the intentional foul. The Warriors leading. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Really, it's about valuing the possession. It seems like he's trying to manufacture offense out there rather than just letting the play develop.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's Golden State with it. Thompson for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard's got his 4th rebound in this one. From deep. Portland again missing. Golden State's got neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Here's Green. Can't hit. Good work defensively by Lillard. Trailblazers have gone a brutal 0 of 5 to start out the overtime period. Not the way they expected to play here. Here's Curry with the 3. And Harkless pulls it down. Harkless has got his 5th rebound in this one. An open look for Lillard. Nice form on the 20-footer. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. Curry passes to Iguodala. And the shot falls short this time. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Beyond the arc. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there, getting himself in the good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind, know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then also just the niftiness with that tip in, just a quick touch, again, before the defense knows what hit him.
And here's Golden State. It's a 1-point game.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
And the Warriors with possession here. We can probably expect to see them slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep. That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
And Plumlee kicks to Lillard. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, you've got to avoid those kinds of turnovers.
Yeah, mistakes like that derail any team.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Portland.
It's the first. That increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 7. 20 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 6. 9 seconds left in the first overtime. Long range from the inbound. Here's Davis. A second chance effort. Misses at the rim. And here they go. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That's good.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, Clark, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Looked to me like the amber light on the gas tank didn't quite come on. They still had enough fuel to get across the finish line comfortably.